and welcome home to our exciting Homecoming Week edition of Marquette in Motion. We're your hosts, Morgan Minster
and Amber Krieg. On today's show, we'll be reporting on some Marquette graduates who have noteworthy professions, telling you about the homecoming festivities going on this week, answering your questions in You Ask, We Answer,
and of course, updating you on Marquette sports and events. We've got a busy show this week, so let's get to it. To start off our show, Brooklyn Moore is here to tell us which senior she'll be interviewing this week for our weekly senior interviews. Well, Brooklyn, who will it be?
Our very own Amber Krieg.
Thanks, Brooklyn. I look forward to that interview later. But for now, though, Morgan and I recently sent out a survey to the high school students and teachers asking what their New Year's resolutions were. We have those results right here.
According to the survey results, quite a few of our Marquette students are either unsure of their resolution or haven't made one at all. But of the students who did respond, remaining optimistic and happy this year was a very popular resolution.
Most of our students also said that they want to use this year to better their grades and focus on academics. And I have to agree with junior Alyssa Kramer, who said that in this new year, she has decided to stop procrastinating.
And so far so good, as she was on time with her response. A number of students also said they wanted to become a more positive influence, many of whom said that they will try to make people happy and smile more. This includes Anna Schmidt, a junior, who told us that her New Year's resolution is to give out at least one hug every day.
Well, what could be better than a hug a day?
I can't think of anything, except maybe another edition of Jam Time. Take it away, girls!
Thanks, Morgan. This week, the halls in Marquette were filled with high school students partaking in the homecoming fun by participating in the dress-up days. On Monday, students dressed up as various occupations in When I Grow Up Day. Students represented all different types of occupations.
You could see everything from military personnel to train conductors.
That got us thinking, what are some of the occupations of past Marquette graduates?
Last year, Ms. Schmidt conducted a survey that showed what occupations the graduates of the classes of 2000 to 2015 have gone into.
The results of the survey showed that the majority of Marquette's graduates went into the science field.
Really?
Yeah, over 29% of them.
But business isn't too far in second place with 26% of graduates.
Interesting. What's next?
The third most popular occupation was trade with 9%.
Then it's education with just over 8.5%, which, by the way, would include the first grade teacher, Miss Kiefer, our tech guru, Mr. Meetinger, and our Spanish substitute, Miss Strauss.
We also are wondering if you, our listeners, can help us with something. We would like to recognize those Marquette graduates who are now a priest, brother, sister, deacon, or friar.
If you know someone who has graduated from Marquette and has taken a religious vocation, please contact Mrs. Marshall at 872-3284 to share the name and the year he or she graduated.
Well, we better end this segment before we graduate. For Marquette in Motion, this has been
Jam Time
With Justina Denlinger,
Allison Hager,
Megan Litter,
and Mackenzie Kilberg. Don't go just yet. Marquette in Motion will be back after these messages.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Christina Coos is here with her report on the most exciting week of the school year.
High school students were excited to return to school after a long break, as this week is homecoming week. The homecoming festivities were kicked off on Monday as students walked through the doors and were welcomed with halls filled with stars. The halls were decorated by members of the Spirit Club to display this year's theme, written in the stars. Students were able to show their spirit by dressing up each day. Monday was When I Grow Up Day. Students came resembling careers such as nurses, police officers, FBI agents, and train conductors. There was even a crazy cat lady as well as a first lady. On Tuesday, students raided their parents' and grandparents' closets for Senior Citizen Day. On Wednesday, the Mystery Gang from Scooby-Doo, the Powerpuff Girls, Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy, Lucy from I Love Lucy, and many more TV characters joined us at Marquette for TV Character Day. The halls were filled with plaid, stripes, polka dots, and mismatched socks for Fashion Disaster Day on Thursday. The school week wrapped up on Friday with Red and White Day. Following a 1:30 homecoming mass, a pep rally was held in the MEC consisting of a dodgeball tournament, cheers from our cheerleaders, a combined routine performed by the dance and cheer teams, and the announcement of the court, which consisted of Anna Ambrosi, Christina Ernst, Brittany Moore, Erica Timmerman, Zach Kettman, Daniel Mickle, Christian Mickles, and Hunter Zyment. Last night, we hosted our homecoming game against Cal Wheat. The Marquette dance team and cheerleaders performed their pom routine once again during the varsity boys game, while the homecoming king and queen were announced between the girls and boys varsity games. The week of festivities continues tonight with Mass at 4:15, followed by fun at the Shore Event Center with the Kelmis catered dinner, dancing, and entertainment from hypnotist Steve Mead. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Christina Koos.
Thanks, Christina. The dance tonight is sure to be an exciting one. Possibly even more exciting than this week's installment of You Ask, We Answer. But probably not.
Thanks, Morgan. I'm glad to be back. I'm sure our inbox was overflowing after the extended Marquette in Motion break our listeners went through. So what's first?
The first question inquires about the homecoming theme. This year's is Written in the Stars. How was this theme chosen?
A committee within the Marquette Student Council, usually a core group of seniors, selects the theme long before the event itself. The remaining members of the council and the administration must then approve the theme before it is made official. Now, as a little fun fact for our audience, this year's theme was decided in May of last year. We've been very anxious for this weekend for quite some time now.
There's so much excitement for homecoming week. The second question today asks a personal question, Lauren. What part of Marquette homecoming will you miss most next year?
That's a hard question. I really do love homecoming week. And while I'll definitely miss the dress-up days and the pep rally fun, I think I'll most miss all the preparation for the homecoming dance itself. I love to have projects going on, and homecoming decorating, though it can be a little stressful, has been very fun to take part in during my high school years. What about you, Morgan? What will you most miss?
I'll definitely miss the dance the most. For our final question, a listener asks, what advice would you give a freshman attending their first homecoming dance?
I'd tell them that no one's judging the way they dance or if their hair is falling out. I'd say it's just important to have fun and spend time with your friends that night.
Thanks for that great advice, Lauren, and thanks to all of you for submitting those homecoming questions.
Make sure to keep sending them in to marquetteinmotion@marquettecatholic.com. This has been Lauren Kilberg. We hope you'll all come home for our final segment. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Jonathan Herrig and Sam Peters are here with your weekly Marquette Sports and Updates report.
Thanks, Amber. Before Christmas break on December 22nd, Marquette's 4 basketball teams traveled to play the teams of East Buchanan. All of our teams came out with a win except for the JV boys, who lost by 1 point in the final stretch. Last Saturday, on January 3rd, all 4 teams traveled once again, this time to play against the 3A school of Platteville. Unfortunately, Marquette left Platteville without a win that day. On Tuesday, the JV boys and girls played against Northeast at home. Both teams got wins that night. The JV girls also played on Thursday night against Cascade's JV team. The Marquette JV girls were victorious that night too. Marquette also played a quad against the school of Cal Wheat for our annual homecoming game. We will have the results of that night for you next week. To finish off homecoming week, the Marquette students will be having their annual homecoming dance following 4:15 Mass at St. Joseph's Church.
In other news, 6 of Marquette students will be traveling to Luther College Sunday morning to participate in their annual Dorian Music Festival, a festival that will host 1,100 high school students this year. Students start the festival by practicing vocal pieces and songs, all in preparation for a concert held on Monday night. Our very own Jonathan Herrig, Lauren Kilberg, and Christina Koos, as well as Dan Mickle, John Stroyan, and Erica Timmerman will be attending Dorian this year. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Sam Peters.
And Jonathan Herrig,
with your Marquette Sports and Updates report.
Thanks, boys. Now on over to Brooklyn Moore.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brooklyn Moore, and today I'll be interviewing our very own Amber Krieg, who's a senior at Marquette. So, Amber, your final homecoming is coming to a close. How do you feel?
I'm really excited for the dance, and all of these homecoming dress-up days have been really great too.
Well, now that you have that all behind you, you get to look forward to your future plans. Can you tell our listeners what those plans are, Amber?
Well, this fall I am planning on attending Loras College in Dubuque and hoping to major in media studies.
What is media studies?
Media studies is a look over all of the different aspects of media, including print and also radio or TV. I intend to focus more on the print journalism aspect, though.
Oh, so it's a lot like Marquette in Motion.
A little bit.
What made you choose Loras overall?
Well, of all the colleges that I went to, I chose Loras because it is close to home, and they had a major that I was actually interested in, which many colleges actually lack.
Have you started stocking up on ramen noodles and Kraft mac and cheese?
I'm actually really far behind. I haven't even started yet.
That's okay. Could you tell our audience if you plan on participating in any extracurricular activities? And if so, what?
I definitely plan to join the choir up at Loris and also get involved with their dramatic productions. I might be doing cheerleading, but I haven't decided just yet.
Could you tell our listeners what you do in your free time?
Well, when I'm not in school, I often am working. I have 3 jobs. I work at Kelmus's restaurant, Crystal Lake Cave in the summer, and I also work up at Kennedy Mall in Dubuque. But I have to have all 3 of those jobs because I'm saving up for both college as well as a trip that I'm taking this summer to Europe.
Wow, Europe! Where are you going exactly in Europe?
Well, I'll actually be visiting a variety of countries, including Germany, England, France, and Italy. But I'll be going with the group, the Iowa Ambassadors of Music, or IAM. They do this every other summer, and they take high school students from the state of Iowa to join them on the traveling choir.
Well, I bet you'll have fun. It's been great interviewing you, Amber, and I bet our audience agrees. Make sure to keep tuning in for more fun senior interviews. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Brooklyn Moore.
Thanks for reporting, everyone.
And thanks for tuning in. For Marquette in Motion, this has been Morgan Minster.
And Amber Krieg.
And remember, stay informed, stay involved, stay in motion.